Alan Brazil's 15 months with Tottenham had more lows than highs, but now he lines up against Spurs, fortified by 4 goals in his last 4 games, including his first for Manchester United in the league. Came last Saturday against West Ham, and it suggests he's in the mood to answer his critics. At the same time, Garth Crooks has been reviving his Tottenham career. Crooks returns to Old Trafford, where he spent 2 months on loan last season, with 8 goals now in his last 6 outings. Manchester United's army of internationals have been fighting on several European fronts, but only Mike Duxbury returned wounded, so John Gidman steps in for his first league game for a year, and Kevin Moran, fit again, replaces Gordon McQueen. The release of John Chidozie for World Cup duty with Nigeria gives Gary Mabbutt the chance to re-establish his claims in Spurs midfield. But what competition there is in that department, with Glenn Hoddle out of the First Division since February, now cast in the comeback role of substitute. Today's referee is Ron Bridges from Deeside. One of the season's special fixtures is underway on a wet and windy afternoon in Manchester. 2 clubs with untarnished reputations for the quality of their football, but both wholly committed to winning the league title, which has been so elusive for them. And committed to Manchester United for the next 7 years, Brian Robson, who signed a contract to that effect 24 hours ago. Galvin, who will always stretch the opposition down his flank, and does well to turn in the cross. Hogg met it, and Gidman, perhaps with a sign of ring rustiness. Well, Tony Galvin is down that left-hand side. Out by Moran. Galvin playing a part again with Stevens. And Galvin twisting in another cross. Crooks! Almost seemed as though he was up a little early. But Tony Galvin has this ability to play in crosses when the ball seems to be running away from him. Garth Crooks climbed, but couldn't direct the header. Moses. Strachan offside. Perryman. They certainly, when Tottenham will need his tremendous powers of leadership. He's been a winner on this ground before. Perryman's enthusiasm had taken him across to think about taking the throw. Discretion prevailed. Hazard picking out Crooks, who moved well to make himself available. Galvin. And Bailey not looking controlled, and the whistle has gone. I think, in fairness to the goalkeeper, the tricks that the breeze is playing is going to make it very hard to deal with crosses. But he lost it. The whistle went against Mabbutt. Free kick to Manchester United. Mabbutt above Robson. Strachan. Moses, who Ron Atkinson was saying was Manchester United's best player last weekend in the 5-1 demolition of West Ham. And studs were shown by Orbiston, and that's the reason Mabbutt has stayed down. Arthur Orbiston is having his name taken. Orbiston was late. Mabbutt on his feet again. Tottenham have the free kick. Roberts has gone forward. It was Mabbutt who flicked it on, and Roberts, who came in, was offside. What a powerhouse Graham Roberts is for Tottenham. to the treatment. With the rain ceasing, Bailey now has the sun in his eyes. Galvin. And Moran almost sold the goalkeeper short, and although Crooks couldn't get it initially, there was almost an opportunity for Falco to have a second bite. But Kevin Moran undersold the goalkeeper then, and Bailey lost it. Falco had to go for the ball as Bailey snaked out an arm to reclaim it. Robson. Hughes given no room. Tottenham have lost 3 away games in the First Division already this season, at Sunderland, Sheffield Wednesday and Southampton. It's a problem that they are determined to put right, and that determination is being reflected in their approach in the opening quarter of an hour. Manchester United just have been given no time to settle. Abbott on the receiving end again. From Robson. Quick free kick. Hazard to Falco. Manchester United were caught napping. They were a little fortunate. Mark Falco playing his 100th league game this afternoon. He was thinking quickly. So too was Hazard, who just put the ball down and played it. Falco swung at it, but put it wide. Manchester United have won the last 3 league meetings here between the two clubs. 4-2 last season, when Alan Brazil was a scorer in a Tottenham shirt. Perriman was caught and he stayed down. Tottenham retained possession. Galvin. He went to place it. It was very nearly very effective. Using the conditions to his advantage, Tony Galvin. And Bailey found it coming very quickly at him. Robson. And Moses outmanoeuvred Hazard. But there was no room centre of midfield. Manchester United look on a wider front until Strachan then tried to play a ball through the heart of the defence for Brazil. You have to be there first. That's certainly the message as the play goes on. Moses was standing and glaring at Mabbutt off the ball. Now Olsen wins a challenge against Perriman. And past Hazard. Hughes. And Houghton came across. Jesper Olsen is in full cry, having won the ball initially. It's been very hard for Manchester United to get forward into the teeth of the wind in the first half, but here's Strachan. Rather poured away by Clements, only as far as Brazil. Falco. Now Alderston. Olsen away from Perriman again. Still his ball. Hazard, who finally was responsible for sending Olsen down, but only after he'd played the ball, and it's a corner, not a free kick. Taken from the very eyebrows of Brian Robson. Crooks. Kidman. For once, Olsen was flat-footed on this near touchline. But after a moment where skill triumphed, the competitiveness of this fixture immediately brought about another free kick. Brooks. And again, but straight to Moses. Strachan had to screen it away from Houghton. Well, the referee has given a free kick against the Tottenham defender, I think for obstructing Mark Hughes as the ball was played back. And it gives Manchester United a rare opportunity. They've hardly had a chance to test Ray Clements in the first half, but Robson did it cleanly. This was the incident that led to the free kick. And Roberts baulked Hughes. And Clements propels the ball from his hands to those of Gary Bailey. Olsen. The absence of John Chidozie has certainly changed the shape of Tottenham's play, but the extra genuine midfield player may well be an advantage for them, and has proved to be an advantage for them in a first half full of traditional British effort. But Brian Robson has found his path a congested one in midfield, particularly with Gary Mabbott around him. Honours about even in the halfway mark at their duel. And the score at half-time at Old Trafford. Welcome back to Old Trafford, an indication of the strength of the wind that will blow at the back of Manchester United in the second half. And Graham Roberts finding the problems right from the kick-off that the Manchester United defenders had in the first 45 minutes. The ball steepling up into the air. And here's Brooks, and now Hazard. The pitch has taken the heavy rain remarkably well. Kidman. And Strachan past Chris Houghton. Inside Roberts. There's a rather impetuous lunge from him. Miller. Neat dummy from Kidman. Brazil is offside. League game number 601 for Steve Perryman. Moran. Falco had the boot raised, but Manchester United still in possession with Strachan. Always wanted to go to his left, it seemed. Touch from Crooks. Now, what can Falco manage here? He couldn't keep the shot down. But with a number of expensive strikers being Short to White Hart Lane during the time Mark Falco has been at the club. He's shown great tenacity to keep his place and really outshine most of them. When it's up in the air, it really is a lottery. Strachan. Now Olsen. Strachan almost finding space inside Perryman, who was concerned that Augustin had made a run down the touchline. And now Hughes. Clements bundles it away. Ray Clements, who's lost weight, trained hard in the close season. And the competition now from Tony Parks for the first team place in the Tottenham goal. He was out quickly then. Olsen with the corner. Robson found Abbott barring his passage again. Good ball, Gary Stevens for Crooks. And Brian Robson will have his name taken. Bridges again penalising the cynical tackle. So possibilities here for Tottenham with Hazard, and it came off Roberts. Manchester United can look at gate figures this season in the First Division that are 10,000 up on average last season. Well killed by Brazil. Hughes wants it played early by Olsen, and he obliges. Strachan, Hughes is repositioned. Roberts met it. Olsen, Robson, and now Augustin. Finally tidied up by Paul Miller. And here's Crooks. Falco to his left, it's on Mark Falco's better foot. And this time he does get the corner. Crooks releasing the pass into the stride of Falco. Corner off Moran. Played short for Hazard, and Nick Hazard will remember that 3 years ago in an identical situation he scored the winning goal for Tottenham here in a Milk Cup tie. With a shot that crept inside that near post, just as that one in fact crept the other side of it. Brazil. Hughes in the middle, and the chance is Strachan's, and Clements kept it out. Excellent work by the goalkeeper. Strachan foiled. A splendid run by Brazil, who left Miller. Strachan connected, but Clements was there. Now Strachan has dispossessed Chris Hughton. It's over Brazil, it'll reach Olsen. And Perryman to the rescue. And after a spell where Tottenham were looking the more influential side, suddenly Manchester United bounced back. Brazil, Hughes, 1-0! The leading scorers on target again. Manchester United have had to work to break Tottenham down, and Brazil got a touch, took it away from Roberts. Hughes buried it. with the early ball. That was the moment that lost Graham Roberts. And then Mark Hughes wraps in his 8th goal of the season. A nudge on Falco, which will allow Tottenham to make their substitution. And it's Garth Crooks who comes off. Glenn Hoddle last played in the First Division on February the 25th. He's had an Achilles injury. A gamble by Peter Shreves in taking off the player who has been scoring to introduce Hoddle. And immediately is in the centre of things for Tottenham. Glenn Hoddle, the back heel, created the skirmish. But in the end, Manchester United dealt with. Hughes was this time 10 yards offside. Roberts saw an opening, and Robson was the player who made the first contact with the ball for Manchester United. And after, I think, players from both sides thought a free kick was about to be given. Over Brazil, met by Stevens. And the Tottenham plan now has been to push Roberts forward, with Stevens in the centre of the defence, as he was then. Graham Roberts has produced rescuing goals in the past. Perriman. Well read by Kevin Moran. Olsen. Roberts now having to track back. He wasn't initially required. Maybe this time. Augustin. Robson. There are some tired players out there now, but it will be fought to the very last here. You can be absolutely sure of that. Olsen, past Roberts. It's Miller who met it. Moran. Hughes, not for the first time this afternoon, in an offside position. Stevens. Brazil chasing back, Kidman in, and it almost came into the path of Hughes. It would have been a clear run on goal. Four minutes remain. Manchester United have the game's only goal. Olsen. And Clements fumbled. It came to the goalkeeper perhaps a little more slowly than he'd anticipated, and he was already down. Olsen's first touch flipped it up. And an unorthodox, and unintentionally unorthodox save from Clements. Olsen, now Strachan. Hogg trying to set up Moses. Back from Augustin. And the goal kick. Roy Clements in the latter stages of last weekend's game, of course, preserved a victory for Tottenham against Liverpool. Brazil. It's Hoddle well forward here. The linesman flags, presumably for a push by Hoddle. The referee allows play to go on with the ball in the grasp of Bailey. Manchester United will be happy to see the ball at this end of the field. Some of their supporters already beginning to call for the final whistle. With 2 minutes of the 90 remaining. Mark Hughes voted the Young Player of the Month for September. And October's not going too badly for him either. Strachan. And Hughes thwarted by the efforts of Gary Stevens on the far post. Roberts. Here's Perryman. Ron Bridges returning the ball. Helping Tottenham to take the free kick quickly, which they had to do. It will seem a long way forward for them now. Some games are won by skill and flair, others are won by getting down to it and battling, and that's what Manchester United have done today. Thanks to a goal from Mark Hughes midway through the second half. Tottenham will reflect that they've now lost 4 of their 6 away games in the First Division this season, but the one goal came from Manchester United.
Of the type of football we've been playing, it wasn't quite up to that standard because it was more of a battle today. But we've shown we can play against sides that if they want to start battling, we can stand and compete. We've got some very good competitors as well as some very skilled players, and in a way, it was probably as satisfying, if not more satisfying, than last week's performance against West Ham, when I thought we'd probably played as well as this club's played for 20 years.
Tottenham are being linked, obviously, as championship challenges. What did you think of their performance coming here with a 4-man midfield and a pretty competitive attitude?
Yes, well, it's to be expected. I mean, they've had a change round. Hoddle's injured, and Idealis doesn't seem to play it too often these days. So they've lost an awful lot of skill in midfield, although Hazard is quite a useful player. And they seem to have supplemented that with the type of player that can compete. And we saw that show out today. And what I think they've had notice served on them is not only can we play, if it comes to competing, we're not bad ourselves.
So United obviously feel that they are better equipped than ever to make a real thrust for the title this season. Now, both clubs have...